Let's go into our next conversation. We say a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise this morning for making it possible for us to have this conversation. You can also locate them and do business with them. We've got televisions, we've got fridges, we've got phones, we've got accessories, everything you need when it comes to technology, electronics. Please do pass by and buy from us.
Thank you. The person didn't say
it's just a way of trying to allow some decorum, sanitize some things. Yesterday, for example, some comments that came in, really,
you can't read them.
Issues sometimes. Anyway, but we'll move on. Let's talk about Dr. Bawumia's visit to Otumfour. So there were 6 things that we actually noted, and I want to read them real quick, and then maybe we can handle any of them that we want to handle. Now, this one says, admit your shortfalls with pragmatic solutions for Ghanaians to be responsive, as Antony said. Now, he says also that I will not disappoint you if elected president. That's what Bawumia also assured the Otumfour. I have championed 32 policies as vice president, while Mahama achieved 0. Bawumia actually spoke on that as well. Ghana duty cannot be higher than Togo duty. Bawumia promises to alleviate tax burdens at the port as well. And it says, live up to your promises when elected president. The Ashanti chiefs also admonished Bawumia with regards to that as well, the visit. Now, you are still a humble Bawumia, I know. I will remember you in my prayers, as Anthony told Bawumia as well. And so these were some of the takeouts that we actually picked from the visit. One that has actually come out is the fact that he said that he should admit his shortfalls and be open, to the people, and by virtue of that, they will be able to vote for him. Now, I'll start off with you, Mr. Charles. Is this one of those ceremonies, or we are looking at something that will be a game changer for the NPP moving forward into the elections 2020?
Okay, thank you and good morning to your listeners. Sorry I was late. I think it wasn't raining here, but it was actually raining.
Heavily at the other side, yeah.
Very.
Pardonable.
Okay. Yes, thank you. So, I mean, the chiefs, they are custodians of the land. They are elders. And in times like these, we go to them and seek for their advice. So what Otumfour has told Dr. Bawumia, we will take it in good faith, and I believe he has. I think previously, things like this have been said to politicians, and they haven't heeded too.
Yeah.
And if a chief goes out to say that, admit your shortfalls, then it's a good thing, because as leaders, we are bestowed, the resources of the state. And so where people put their trust in you to manage their resources to a certain extent, there are higher expectations of that. And so the accountability is very important. Where you fall short, you do it. Juxtaposing that with President Mahama, he's been a vice president before, president of the state. He wants to come back. He's been campaigning for about a year. I thought that where he actually fell short, he would have apologized to Ghanaians, because I earlier said that the Ghanaian voter is discerning now. So he come out and say, yes, there was about 3 years of doomsday, there was this and that. So I've admitted it. These were my mistakes, and that I'm here to correct it. Because if you go into an examination room, and say you achieve 40%, then it means that you know the 40%. Then it means that you have another 60 to learn from. But he hadn't done that. He's been campaigning for about a year, and for Bawumia to go there and then being advised, it doesn't mean that he's actually made some mistakes. But then I'm looking at the economy as a whole, where there had been turbulence within it. Things are not all that rosy, and the government has admitted it and saying that, yes, we are going to turn the corner. That's a good start. And the chief also went on to actually say that he's humble and all that. So it means that he's a good listener. So
the king, by the way.
Yeah, the king, sorry. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. So all these attributes, the things that the king said, means that he knows the qualities. Bawumia has the qualities of a leader, and that leaders are supposed to listen. You admit to your shortfalls because you have people actually following. So for us, we take that in good faith and run with it.
So this is positive, looking ahead into the elections 2024?
Yes, because if we've admitted that, yes, there's turbulence in the economy. We went to IMF, we explained to Ghanaians as to why we did, the COVID, Russian war, where the NDC are saying that we shouldn't be talking about, but it is a fact because across the globe,
a lot of Ghanaians also believe so.
No, recently
you can't always use that as an excuse.
No, you can't. It's a fact. Well. It's a fact because what happened was a force majeure. Okay, it was not in the manifesto. It was not in any statement that this is what I'm projecting. That I am projecting that there's going to be COVID or there's going to be the Russian-Ukraine war. That economy, Ghana is not an isolated country. Whatever happens, we actually interdependent. Okay,
absolutely.
Looking at comparative advantage here and there, so we depend on each other. About a month ago, Rishi Sunak, the British Prime Minister,
the outgoing.
I don't know, but he still is. He still is, yeah? He said that the Russian-Ukraine war has had a telling effect on the economy of the United Kingdom. You understand? So it is not just us. So it's a fact. How do we actually navigate out of that? Which is the most important thing, which I believe that we went to IMF, we're actually coming out, payments are being made to certain entities that were actually behind. And then yesterday I saw inflation going up. So for me, for the macroeconomics, I can see that things are actually in the right perspective. But then we haven't gotten there yet. So when we admit that and then actually know where the mistakes are, we correct them. And like I said, the Ghanaian voter is discerning. So if we come out there and then lie to them, and I've seen the NDC going around, for me, I was actually discussing this with somebody yesterday, and I said, President Mahama, ex-president, was voted by his party for about a year. I have not seen a clear-cut policy coming from him. Unlike the NPP, during our time, we had the 1D, 1F, free SHS and all that. I'm not saying that the free SHS is, all rosy. You understand? Policies, is it sustainable? Yes. Is it inclusive? Yes. How are we going to get there? We need to actually solidify it.
There was a major issue with implementation.
But then a lot of children have gone to school because the NDC was saying that let's wait for the 250 e-blocks to be built, you understand? And then we said, no, we need to educate the kids now. So it's been 7 years now. Whose children should stay at home and whose children should go to school? Now, there's been an increase in the number of students going to school. The pass rate has been high, where President Mahama said that they were actually giving a poor, which is actually insulting the intelligence of the kids, because I believe that in psychology, where a lot of people come together, there's conformity, there's competition, and it brings the best out of them, you understand? So, and then with the e-blocks, for me, I thought it was even a waste of the taxpayers' money. That's my view, because if there's a secondary school in Sankro, okay, and Bawumia, the school is supposed to take about 3,000 people, more than the populace of the township, you understand? And it's a day school. Adjoining villages are maybe 5 miles, 6 miles and all that apart, okay? what I would have done is that build Form 1 classrooms, okay? And also get a boarding school for Form 1 and then Form 2. So progressively you're doing it, but it wasn't done. And then the NPP comes in and says that, okay, let's do the double tracking and educate more children. The problem that we are going to have, which I admit, and I think that we should deal with it, is that once the children pass out and they go to university, are there jobs for them? Yes, I think that for the policies that NPP have actually put in place, they're not short-term policies. So people are saying that you've done this, but we are not seeing the returns, like the 1D, 1F, the planting for food and jobs. Yes, there are problems, but then are they sustainable? That's where we have to look at, actually looking at the sustainability. The Ghanaian thing is that the discipline, we bring out policies, okay? And then you and I do not adhere to the discipline of it. Monitoring and all that. These are the things that we have to look at. For me, I've looked at it and I think that the NPP's policies are the best, but how we sustain them is the most important thing. So to answer your question, the things that the King, Otumfour, said to Dr. Bawumia are actually, it's actually telling him what is expected of a leader, and we take that in good faith.
Very well. Lawyer, let me come to you and then I'll go to Honorable after. You look disappointed. Are you?
Yes, Auntie Henny further highlighted that leadership is not merely about avoiding errors, but acknowledging them when they occur and swiftly implementing corrective measures thereafter. According to the Ashanti Henny, Ghanaians are willing to be responsive should the Vice President and his NPP government admit their shortfalls with pragmatic solutions. How did Vice President Bawumia admit the shortfall when he was questioned? What did he say?
He said
I'm
driver's
meat. So give me the steer now, and I will change it. That is what Otumfour was telling him.
That is not admittance of shortfalls.
That is what Otumfour is telling him. Admit your shortfalls. Let the people see what those shortfalls are and how you correct those shortfalls. Don't come and tell us you're driver's mates. As I've always said, you are part and parcel of the team. When you were chosen, the president said, this is my economic guru. You cannot take yourself out of that team, irrespective of the fact that you also want to become president. A lot of presidents' running mates in the Fourth Republic have what? Campaigned on what? Their party's performance. Dr. Bawumia, is he campaigning on his party performance? Some of the things he's saying, hasn't his party brought it into being and he says he won't do it? Hasn't he said that? So how is he campaigning on his party performance? How? And he says what? Dr. Bawumia says, oh, I'm going to make sure that I scrap fees for chiefs when they're registering their land, because that is the cause of what? Discrepancy.
Yeah.
How? Tell me how. I read it, but it didn't register as to how that was the cause of discrepancies. Maybe you'll be able to tell me. Maybe any of you will be able to tell me. Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it. The major challenge is the land tenure system. How do you handle it? The fact that you're going to digitalize it does not mean that you've handled the problem. Doesn't mean you've handled the problem. And that is one thing I would have expected, Dr. Bawumia, to have a conversation with the king on. Have a conversation with the king on. Otumfour is a very pragmatic person. I expected him to say, yes, Nana, ABCD. However, the land tenure system and how the chiefs handle it is a problem. How do we both make sure that we unitize it and make it better? Did he say it? No. Humility. There are a lot of humble people in this world, though.
Including all of us here.
A lot of humble people in this world. When let me finish, my brother. Let me finish.
I'll come to you.
When President Akufo-Addo was coming, did we not say he was humble?
He did not say it.
Did we not say? I didn't say he said it.
We said.
Did we not say?
He went to places.
He went to places. He's been there for a long time. What are we seeing today? What are we seeing today? And my brother says that, oh, we went to IMF. Weren't we dragged into IMF? Didn't we have to drag the president to admit? Because he got to a stage where he realized that if we don't go the way this country is going, I would not be able to answer for. I remember, end of 2022, that was when we started saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. Did we not leave it? Did we not have a finance minister who came to say, we are proud people, we are this, we are this, we are that? Didn't it? And all along, the problems were mounting. Problems were mounting. Did he not cover a negative, a naked city with bonds and loans? Did he not do that? And where are we today? Are we not shut out of so many things? So what are they talking about? Vice President Bawumia, I like him. I like him. He's a very likable human being. But he should put, the key where it is right to lock it. What did he tell us? He's giving the key to what you call it. He says what? What do you call it would expose you. The fundamentals will expose you. Where are we today? All the things he said. Where are we today? These are the issues he should talk about.
He has to apologize for that. Just like
I haven't heard Vice President Bawumia talk about the economy the way we want to hear him talk about the economy. I haven't heard it. Where we stand today, I haven't heard it. That should be the central focus of his campaign. The economy, not digitalization. Not digitalization. The digitalization is for the Ministry of Communications. I don't know why he's taking it on board. I really don't understand it. I really don't understand it. There's certain things you do not agree while you were in cabinet. Tell us. You are now vying for president. Tell us. One of them is e-levy. Should be able to tell us. Why, President Akufo-Addo, is he not going out? Is it not his last term?
Yeah.
Has he got maybe 6 months to go? Huh?
Yes, even.
Tell us. You see, Asante, when he talks, when he says things, he's not just saying it for saying sake. He's trying to advise you in a certain way that if you take it, it will help you. It will help you. If you expose those things that have brought the NPP where it is today, and where Ghanaians are not satisfied, it will help him. It will help him. You want to channel a different line? You don't channel a different line by saying, I'm doing my own version. Take us from where you came from. I haven't heard it. Maybe my brother will be able to tell me a lot of things, but I haven't heard it. You were saying what? Look, a lot of the policies the NPP brought in were good policies, and you rightly hit the nail on the head. Were you able to manage it properly? Was it done properly? One district, one factory was a good thing, but one district, one factory should have been put in a situation where you stop the capital flight. So those particular commodities that we're importing, that is where you start one district, one factory, so that we claw back a lot of the dollars we are taking out. Did we do it that way? And then we are competing with those who import rice. Our own Ghanaian rice, our own basmati rice is competing with people bringing in rice. Our poultry is competing with people bringing in poultry. Why? Because the people who do it, they finance political parties. So that is where the emphasis is. Look, we are going into election. The next president who comes, if you do not take Ghanaians seriously, and you not come in to serve Ghanaians, not to serve yourself, there will be a challenge. Because the youth of today, they don't care.
Yeah.
They have absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They don't care. Midway, if you do not do the right thing, they would make sure that they take you on. So they should be careful what they say.
Okay.
Manifestos haven't come out yet. Let's see what comes up. But me, I believe that at this particular moment, all parties should say, yes, we have manifestos. However, 1st January or wherever, when we come in, we would want us to sit down and put this national development plan together. That is the plan we need to move Ghana forward. At this moment, we are not moving Ghana forward. We are marking time.
Marking time. And we'll say a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise once again this morning for News Flash segment. Honorable Bisu, I'm going to come to you, okay. But let me take the thoughts of Honorable Alexander. This is a mischievous smile. I'm not sure to even say smile or laughter, but it's all good.
In chieftaincy, chiefs are one of our most diplomatic segments. Rarely do they speak direct to you. That's why even sometimes when they try, the Ochami will interpret in a different way. What did I hear Otumfour say? Otumfour was not backing Bawumia. First, let me use a sports analogy. If somebody is doing high jump or long jump and he breaks the record, he's given an opportunity to jump or a further 2 or 3 times to see whether he can even break his own record. If he fails, when they are given announcements of what he has done, do they talk about the failures after the high jump, or do they say that he's now the new world record holder? The comment of Otumfour is what is missing. That is the problem for me, not what was said even starting. Because you have been in power for 7.5 years. What I wanted to hear Otumfour say, if I was coming there, is that, you have done so well, but you are not telling the people what you have done. So please go out there and make sure that what you have done is told. He didn't say you that. Otumfour didn't say that. He started about your failures. So for me, your failures outnumber or outweigh whatever good you think you have done. That is for me.
This is what the case looks.
The case for me looks like. He didn't say. He talked about his character. Character is not, we are not talking about, you are talking of what you have done. Because the statement admits your shortfalls. One, he used the word shortfalls. They exist. He never talked about what you people have done in office, the good work. He didn't say that. He talked about shortfalls. 2, he says admit, which means to me that the name that you didn't want to call on this air is true. You are not speaking truth to people about what the situation is. Admit. It means we all can see it all. You are naked, but you are saying you are clothed. You are actually a naked king. And you are walking around saying, oh, I'm good, I'm good. We all can see that you are naked. So to help you, admit you are naked. And once you admit you are naked, then use pragmatic solutions, which means you also, he hasn't heard anything that can help you solve this problem. He's a chief. He has said it by
A king.
Sorry, a king. And he has told you straight that that statement, so that Ghanaians can be responsive, it means that as far as he is concerned, my people are not feeling you. They are not feeling you. Because you are not admitting what you have done wrong. Your shortfalls are outweighing your good deeds, if there are any. And you are not saying anything that is helping my people to think that you are coming to do anything better. Also, your character is good. Oh. You are a man of humility. So that one, we hope you don't change. Where's the credit in what Otumfour has said? I would have gone back and put my hand in my chin in my hand like this and be thinking deeply about what the king of Ashanti has said to me. There is nothing positive. There is nothing positive.
Even the humility part?
Look at the suit and the red handkerchief. He's hunting. Looking very good. His humility, he dresses well. I can say, oh, you dress well. What has that got to do with whether he can do the job or not? You are stylish. You look good. What has that got to do with you? But you're a fantastic presenter.
There's a difference between being humble and wearing suits.
What I'm saying is that the essence of the proof of the pudding is in the eating. He can say, I've never been an MP. I'm looking for it. So how do you judge him? It's based on what he's done. Somebody can judge you as a presenter because you've been presenting. You're a vice president of Ghana, the number 2 person in the land, and the country is in a shambles. And the king is telling you that admit your shortfalls. And you think that this is clapping?
You should listen to him. He's the our linguist for Otumfour.
But
he said when the king speaks, the linguist can explain it better.
Well,
so is the
he shouldn't worry himself too much. He can explain it. Otumfour or the Mesha can say that what I'm saying is not the way
what it is.
Yes. I'm telling you what I'm taking from it.
That's
because when you throw it into the public domain, we all take it from there. Why? There's another factor to all this. Everybody who is campaigning goes to the chiefs and kings of the regions they go to. Some go to Regional House of Chiefs, some go to there. You cannot enter Ashanti and say you haven't gone to see Otumfour.
Let me help you here. Yes. Just a quick one. Ashanti Otumfour II has advised the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, to honestly acknowledge his potential shortfall.
I like that line.
Honestly.
I like it. So I'm going to elaborate on it. Otumfour has an Ahanta linguist here too.
Can I move on to him?
No, you can't. I'm still on it. You have taken 2 seconds of my time.
So you've got 2 minutes now. We have less than 10 minutes to do this. So.
You see, so for me, I'm clear. There are people out there who will take my interpretation. Any way you look at it, Otumfour didn't talk about what they have achieved. He talked about shortfalls. I'm waiting for him to explain this simple issue to me. Because if you had done very well, as I said, the message would have been simple. Go out and tell people what you have done. Your communicators are not doing well. You have done so much. He didn't say that. He dwelt on your shortfalls. And he actually said admit, which means that you are being exposed too much. I've paid nurses allowance, one nurse that floored you straight. 3 years, I haven't got any. I'm in my final year. That is a straightforward falsehood. We have given one computer to everybody. Students came out, social media. We haven't got computers. We are waiting for our laptop. So it is clear that even the king sitting in his palace has heard from his people what is happening on the ground. And he's saying, admit, he is not in a good place. Let's be clear.
Mr. Chance, let's hear from you.
You see, Efo, when he was in his preamble, he said, when the chief speaks or the king speaks and then doesn't actually come out well, the linguist tries to polish it. That's what he said. Okay. He's tried to explain what Otumfour said. You know, per our constitution, chiefs are supposed to be are not supposed to be partisan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from what I gather, if we're all going to actually interpret what Otumfour said, then we're going to have, tons of explanations. Let's look at it from the point where he said that admit your shortfalls honestly. You understand? For me, if I'm also going by where my uncle is going, then I'm going to say that, you know, when I said that President Mahama has not admitted his shortfalls, okay, and that when you're writing an exam and you get 40%, then means that the 40%, you know it, and that you have a certain percent. Okay. Isn't Otumfour speaking to President Mahama? But if we're going by that, you understand that there has been a certain president who, okay, was not truthful to Ghanaians. So we want you to be what? Honest. And the same person advising you goes on to say that you are what? Humble. Okay, so in what? Carrying out your duties, ensure that the humility stays with you. They are talking about humility here. Humility is not something that you can say. He said that we are sitting here humble. No. You know, in my political career, I've seen people writing on their posters saying that I'm humble and all that. And I keep saying to people that no, you can't write that you are humble. It is the officials bystander or somebody else who tell you that you are humble. So if the king of Ashanti says that no, you have humility, let's not try and put certain interpretation on that. Now, if he is talking about the qualities of a leader, saying that admit your shortfalls. So are we saying that we want leaders in this country who do not admit to their shortfalls? Is that what we are saying? No, let's take the advice as what the king has said. And the king also, I think, went on to say that things that you want to do, do that with humility.
Yeah, successive government.
Exactly. So, exactly. So let's not try and put interpretations on it. The most important thing is that what are we coming out to do for Ghanaians? Okay, because with these statements, we'll go to most of the chiefs. Some would say the things that they have to say, and then we'll be dwelling on that. Okay, because when we're in our political dispensation, getting to elections like that, I would actually pick on what chiefs say. And some chiefs are partisan, and they'll say things against a certain political party, okay, and then the other political party takes it and runs with it. But what Otumfour has said, I think carries a lot of weight and wisdom. And I do not...
So that admittance of such faults, you're possibly looking at
every leader
when he becomes the president,
exactly,
or he's referring to being vice president, and so there's no need for him to argue.
If Otumfour wanted to say that you have failed, he would have told him. You understand? He's a courageous king, okay? So he says that honestly admit your shortfalls, with the emphasis on honesty. Have we had presidents who have not been honest to Ghanaians, and then you're coming back, you understand? And then you haven't even admitted what the things that you did, and then all you're saying is that the economy is in shambles, and then you haven't given us an alternative by saying, all you say is 24-hour economy. No. So let's leave it at that. How Otumfour said it, they can interpret it the way they want to. We would actually take it hook, line, and sinker, okay, and then work
just
with
the same way you're also making reference to Mahama. In terms of the shortfalls.
So, because he's interpreting it that way. And then I'm also saying, by inference, I can say that he's talking to President Mahama. But that's not what the king is saying, sorry. I keep mentioning, that's not what Otumfour is saying. Let me use his title, Otumfour. That's not what Otumfour is saying. He's saying that admit your shortfalls honestly. Every leader, you must admit your shortfalls.
Has Dr. Mahmoud done that?
No, every leader.
Has he done that?
We, as a government, yes, we have. That the economy is
Has
in
he personally done that?
But has anyone asked him? Has anyone asked
Do
him?
we have to ask him?
No. But so if
Otumfour is telling him.
It's a situation that everybody seems to be going
Otumfour is telling
No.
him.
So if he has admitted,
so he comes out,
come and ask.
no, he's campaigning.
Have you admitted your shortfall?
No, so he's campaigning, coming out to say that this is what we intend to do in my government. Remember, the government under Akufo-Addo wasn't his government. They swore two different
He's
oaths.
been clear with that.
Exactly. So you expect
It
him.
wasn't his government.
It's Akufo-Addo's government. He was running it, right? Yes, you know what?
He's part of the
Like, we are not playing.
He's been
It's a
clear.
teamwork.
He admitted that he's been clear that it was not his government.
No,
So that's
no.
team.
You see, we
As
are
an
trying to play.
NPP
We are trying to
government.
play with words. Ofa, let me explain it. Akufo-Addo was voted as a flag bearer. Then he goes to choose his running mate. That is what I am talking about.
So that is his admission.
Yeah, so but in certain contexts, we can say our government. I can say our government because I'm part of the NPP and that's the government in there, all right? Then Akufo-Addo, okay, is the flag bearer, okay? So in certain statements, you can say my government. In certain statements, you can say our
He
government.
used to say that a lot, my government, but it's included whoever
Exactly.
else.
Yeah, it doesn't. You see, those
this
words.
case, why should it be
no?
the
So,
difference?
but you see, what we are trying to do is digressing by playing with words. And I'm saying that in certain statements, I can say that my government. I can say that. Okay, my government, NPP, or my government. Okay, and then in certain statements, Akufo-Addo's government, because so that is not the essence of what I'm saying.
They are together.
I understand teamwork. I understand that we have to bring ministers. I understand the constitution.
They all
so
form part of the
everything.
government.
It is clear. The thing speaks for itself. The constitution says there will be a president, right? And then our party will go in and there will be a vice president. So they swore two oaths, didn't they? So why do we swear an oath for the president and the vice president? All I'm saying is that, yes, if it depends on how we are actually churning words out. You understand? So let's not dwell on it. The essence of it is that there's a government. You understand? So all I'm saying is that the Otumfour has actually advised, let's take it, we NPP will take a hook, line and sinker. We think there's wisdom in what he said.
Moving forward, the vice president will be admitting his shortfalls.
No,
Is that
I'm
what
not.
We're going to
So
see.
you see, when you do that, it's communication. You understand? By saying that, then I'm saying that there are a lot more shortfalls. But I'm saying that we've admitted that there are turbulence in the economy. If he's actually asked specific questions, and then he speaks to it, like Ofa said, that when he went to Otumfour, he should have said, explain how he was going to digitalize the land tenure system and all that. That meeting, the agenda was not to discuss the land tenure system.
Specific issues with regards
Yes. So probably he has an hour with Otumfour. So if he says, I'm going to do this, you understand? It travels into our manifesto. That is why we have manifesto committees. And then the details of what the government wants to do, it's actually done. You understand? So at that meeting, you don't expect him to go and say, okay, Nana, then when we do that, we will do this and that. No, that committee, there could be chiefs in there could be people in there sitting there to actually come out with what the vision is. So for me, let us not, bedevil it. I think that, yes, we have an elections to run. The good people of Ghana will listen to us, you understand? And I'm saying that Ghanaians are discerning. I don't want us to play with words because, like I said, it's been over a year. I haven't seen a clear-cut policy from NDC coming out. Maybe when the two manifestos come out, then we can actually debate with it. But we've been clear about the things we're going to do. For example, this morning I saw that a bill will be we want to pass a bill in Parliament to make the free SHS law, and they're fighting against it. Just
That's
as
another
E-levy.
hurdle you have to cross.
Just like the E-levy. So everything that would actually inure to the benefit of the Ghanaian populace, that would actually ensure that a certain political party stays in power for longer because the good people of Ghana will benefit. They fight against
The
it.
E-levy didn't work as it's supposed to.
It's because they made a caricature
So
of it.
it
How
was
long?
right that they
No.
fight against it.
No, how long they made a caricature of it?
Did we achieve its purpose?
No, you see, so just like the free SHS, when the free SHS came out, we were aggressive in actually putting it out there because they said that a lot more, there's going to be an increase in teenage pregnancy. The NDC said that. You understand? Is it the case? But teenage pregnancy has been something that really existed with us. You understand? So all these things.
Oh no,
we don't even have time to. We don't even have time.
I'm there. You see, so the E-levy, they made a caricature of it because when we were communicating, maybe we did not communicate it well. And then they started actually poo-pooing it, and then the Ghanaians lost interest in it, just like the free SHS, where we're aggressive with. And we're saying that it has to be passed into a law. You understand?
It's the 24-hour
when you say
24-hour economy.
policy.
Oh,
wait,
you see,
when you say-
24-hour
policy.
When
You
you
say
say
you have policy.
But you see,
After we have,
so,
and it's killing you.
but you're struggling.
Politics.
But you're struggling to even explain it.
What do you
the
mean we are
24-hour
struggling to
economy, it
explain?
already
You are
does
refusing
exist.
to understand.
No,
If
it's
you
already
don't
with
know.
us. The 24-hour economy is demand-driven. You understand? It's demand-driven. We have factories here that work 24 hours. So how are you going to come out clearly and say, okay, this existed. This is what I want to. The last time I met somebody, he said, oh, the passport office will run 24 hours. Isn't it running? You can actually sit in your home at 2 a.m., fill in the forms, and then next morning you go to the office. Are you calling that 24 hours? So we need clear-cut discussions on that.
All right, very well. That's good. That's going to be our time for this morning. You wait for me and then wait for me.
That's it.
All right, so
I have travel time.
a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise this morning for giving us the opportunity to do this. You can go and grab something for yourself if you're looking for CCTV cameras. If you want television screens that are bigger, you can put in your living room. If you're looking for phones, anything technology, electronics is the place that you have to go. Call us 0555939311 and download our app. It's Franco Trading app on Google Play Store, and you're good to go. Big thank you to my able gentleman for joining me this morning here on the show. Mr. Charles Bishop, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Honorable Alexander. Thank you so much, Lawyer Jantua, for coming through this morning as well. Really appreciate you. And there's still more coming up here on the show. Let me say a big thank you to Ahofade for giving me my boots that I'm wearing today. Very, very classy and quality. You can actually find them on social media. Instagram is Ahofade. Once you type Ahofade, you get them over there, and you can also buy some from them. I love it. Okay. All right. There's more coming up. Asidua is standing by with the latest trends. Rosalind's got other conversations coming up as well. Nathani will be coming through with some sports updates here on the show. Please do stay.